Hey y'all, hey, thanks for coming back. Today's video is about demonic feelings versus human feelings. And at the end of the day, they are human feelings, but this is the best way I know how to explain it, because if a person has demons in their soul realm, which is the mind, the will, the emotions, the demon in their soul realm can move their emotions. So you'll think it's your own natural emotions that's moving, but really you're being influenced. So I wanted to speak about this because I've heard teachers in the past, faith-based teachers in the past, more than likely speaking about narcissistic abuse and surviving narcissistic abuse. Paraphrasing, they were talking about how we as survivors need to get out of our feelings, because our feelings could keep us in a place where it's not healthy for us, it's not safe for us, and when we're not logically looking at a thing for what it is, okay? So, and I agree with that, but it's easier said than done, because if we've been through narcissistic abuse, most of the times, if not all the time, our soul realm has been infiltrated by demons just for being in covenant and agreement with a person that's very manipulative, very, what do you call that? Manipulative, using, abusing. But so with that being said, we have to learn to, after we leave these types of situations, or just in general, we have to learn who we are. We have to be able to sit with ourselves to say who we are, to know who we are, and determine what's our feelings, determine what is a demonic influence influencing a person's feelings in their soul realm. And sometimes, this isn't really about the video, but sometimes, it's a God influence, because if we are a believer, then you know about our temple and how the Spirit of God is with us. So that's that. I'm sorry, talking about demonic influence and human influence, it's just important, because as we naturally have feelings, so it is, if we think about a certain thing, we might be angry. If we think about a certain thing, we might feel fear. If we think about a certain thing, we might feel happiness. And okay, so we know when we're thinking about a certain things and we produce certain kind of feelings, we know where that's coming from. They're coming from our own individual thoughts. Or maybe it could be from an outside influence, like somebody says something to you to lift you up, or it could be the opposite. Somebody says something negative, and then maybe a person is second guessing or something. So we understand that. But when it gets to be deeper and more subtle, when there's demons in a person's soul realm, and they're putting thoughts in that person's head. And if somebody doesn't know better, they think those demonic thoughts are their thoughts when they're not. They can move a person's emotions, so a person can think, oh, I feel this way, so let me go act on those feelings. And it can be done with a number of emotions, but that's how Satan gets people into lust, and keeps them and sustains them in sexual morality, because a lot of times people can think a certain way. Well, they have demonic thoughts. They're not their own thoughts, but they don't know the difference. And they can feel a certain way, and it's their human emotions, but the demons are manipulating the emotions. So they feel a certain way, and they think it's their feelings, and they go act on that lust. And that's why, and I'm talking about lust right now, so that's why a lot of people are in relationships that are against the word of God, because I believe, or I think a lot of people really think this is how they are when they are really being manipulated. They're really being used, for lack of better terms, they're really being used by evil entities, by demons, by these unseen spirits that are attached to that are in their soul realm. So it's easier said than done. It's like, oh, stay out of our feelings. And if we don't know, we really have to take the time to sit with God to determine, okay, so is this me feeling this? And if you know you've thought a certain way for a certain amount of time and you get these different thoughts, sometimes you just know, oh, that ain't me. That ain't me. Or you be like, are these my thoughts? Going back to what I was saying, are these my thoughts? Demonic thoughts? Or is this God influencing me? But in God influence you, he's not gonna influence you to error. He's not gonna influence you to sin, So yeah, but a lot of times we gotta sit through this and start figuring things out. I'm still figuring things out, but I've come a long way from where I was. But I just want to go ahead and say that. Thanks for listening. We'll talk soon. Blessings.